face it, not everything you make in art is great. Sometimes you have good days, and sometimes you have bad days. Sometimes your art is excellent, and other times your art sucks.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to this new video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at this fan art piece that I did. I did this way back in 2019. And so, back in 2019, I was doing a lot of Marvel fan art, just getting to improve with the inks, with inking and drawing in general. So so today we're going to dissect all of the mistakes and problems that we have with this piece, or that I have with this piece. There's quite a few, so let's get to it. The first thing that I noticed that stuck out to me is gesture drawing. And by that I mean that I have to work on the gesture of this. This looks very stiff. Stiff would be the problem. Gesture drawing would be the solution. So let's take a look at that. Stiffness is the problem. Gesture drawing would be the solution. I do have like this thing here where the body. Let's take a look at it here. I do have this thing going where I want to do this and this. The head looking in this direction, the body crossing that. No, I do have the arm here, the shoulder, the arm. I do have this thing here with the hands, and then the arm like that. But it's not properly executed. No, I have to be more fluent with I have to be more fluid with the movement of the arm, with the body and the limbs and things like that. No, because this is very, very stiff, almost unnatural looking. And so, just right off the bat, I think this looks a lot better. Just the sketch here looks a lot better. So we have that. So we have that is something that you can only get improve with gesture drawing. Gesture drawing is something like what I did here. It's just trying to find the figure very quickly and trying to find the line of motion. In this case, we can see, according to this sketch here, not so much this, because this is pretty stiff. It doesn't have a flowing motion to it. It's pretty stiff, I would say. And one way to fix that is by doing examples of figure drawings. The body is very fluid. Like when the body moves, everything is in connection to a line. Everything follows a line. And so if this case, for example, the line is like this. The torso is going to bend in that way. The bottom part of it is going to curve back that way, and so everything is going to respect that line. And if you have another one moving this way, then the arms respect that line. You can go in that sense, and then even curve in that direction. And so that's something that you have to practice with. It's not something that you'll resolve instantly. You have to practice with that. So I would recommend that for this piece. I think it looks a little stiff, and I think gesture drawing would help a lot. And the same thing as my other drawings, also the line weights. I use a lot of dead lines all over the contour. I can see, especially the white areas, it's the same dead line. And what I mean with dead line, the line is the same thickness all the way around from beginning to end. That's the same thickness. With line weights, what you're trying to do is trying to have some areas of the line thicker and other areas of the line thinner. And there's different reasons why you would have one side thinner, one side thicker. One reason could be the closest to the camera. Another reason could be respecting the light source. So there's different reasons why you would have one side thicker, one side thinner, but you have to play with that. I mean, these lines, for example, here, it's all the same length, the same thickness all the way around here, especially on this contour here, on the leg. Here also, there's a little bit here, but it's not too much. But all of this, it helps with making the figure pop, putting the figure closer to the camera if you need it, or pushing the figure back if needed. For example, this arm, it's supposedly going towards the background, but you can't really tell because the thickness of the line here is the same as the thickness of the line here. This is supposed to be closer, but I didn't do that very well. I didn't do foreshortening here as well as I could have, and I didn't push this back as it needs to be, because this hand is about the same size as that hand, so it should be a little bit smaller. It should be going further back in that case. So I didn't do that as good as I should have. So that's another issue. That's an issue that I had a lot in these earlier drawings. The second thing that automatically pops when I see this is rendering. My rendering sucks. When I'm referring to rendering and talking about shading, I guess you can think about shading in that aspect. It sucks for two reasons. Number one, I use a specific rendering effect for the background. The idea is that, because this is in case you haven't already noticed, this is Nightcrawler, and my idea was that he was teleporting towards the viewer. Okay, teleporting towards the viewer. So analyze that based on what I said. So did I pull it off? I don't think I did, but that's the idea. The idea is that he's teleporting, and he's doing this, and then he pops, and then he's coming towards you. So I don't think I did that as effectively as I could have. And so yeah, one of the problems that I have with shading and the rendering is that here, when I'm doing these clouds, I did a line that's a dead line, basically, just a bunch of lines like this, and it's all over the place, just a bunch of lines like that. It would have helped a lot if I had like a line here and then a thicker line like that, thicker line towards the back, something like that, to help a little bit. I think that would have helped a little bit with these lines. But I have a bunch of these lines here, and then that's what I did for the effect of the cloud. Then when I'm rendering the character, or when I'm doing shading on this, I opted for doing parallel line type shading instead of solid black shading. Solid black shading, I could just color this in all black and then render out as I normally would. No, but here I did parallel lines. And I think you see some of the pencil marks here. Or some of the inks mark, I don't know. But yeah, I have a bunch of that here. So you can see the shadows. The shadows supposedly here. The shadows here. The shadows here. And especially here around the feet. There's a lot of shadows and stuff here. I even mark off the shadow here. And so I go in with the lines. And what happens is that if you take a step back and you look at the piece, you see that these bottom effect of the clouds get lost with the shading lines under the leg. So that just looks disastrous. One solution for this would have been to just use solid blacks. Use more solid blacks. I think it would have been even cooler, if I did that. So then that way I can play with the black here, play with the black of the suit. And just probably played a little bit more with the cloud. I'm very sorry. But yeah, played with a little bit more with the clouds. Just lean into the blacks a lot more. Because it gets lost here too. It gets lost here. The tail not so much, but it looks horrible. And then the rendering in the hair, I think that looks horrible. Back in these days, my rendering was like, if this is where the hair went, I'm not sure, like if this is where the hair went, then that's where all the lines go. No more lines. And that's nice, but that's not so nice. So I think you should work with that also. I can't give you solutions for rendering hair because I suffer with that myself. So I will take a look at the pros. They know what they're doing, and yeah. So that's pretty much it. Gesture drawing, line weights, rendering in this case was a big no-no. And yeah, I should have leaned into more of these black areas. And something also that I just completely forgot when drawing Nightcrawler is that his face, his eyes, his nose, and his mouth and all this, it's hidden with black. It's almost like his face is like, it's like in black almost all the time. You can take a look at it in the comics or online. You'll see that when they draw Nightcrawler, like his face is almost all black like that. Then they'll do his hair. They'll do his hair and stuff, and it's all, and I didn't do that. I just drew his face straight up, and I even put shadows on him. They should have been rendered like that. So yeah, just those would be things to watch out for. Be sure to stay truthful to the details of the costume and stuff. And but yeah, so that's the problems that I have: gesture drawing, line weights, rendering. Use more solid blacks. That would be my solution. And yeah, so that's it. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button. As I recently learned, hitting likes or getting more likes is what props these videos up more into in the YouTube algorithm. So please be sure to hit the like button. I will be doing more. I got a lot more of bad art. So my art sucks, and this is the evidence, to support the claim that my art sucks. So I think what I'm going to start doing now is redrawing some of these. I think I'm not sure. I'm pretty busy with commissions, but if I have free time, I think I might tackle redrawing some, because actually I got a commission recently where I'm redrawing Spider-Man. So I'll keep you guys in the loop on that. So yes. Oh, I'm sorry. There's also one more mistake with the rendering. I have these black. The costume is in solid black, and so I'm using the whites to highlight where the light shines and hits it. But these things, for example, here, these lines right here, these markings, these here, they completely give away the fact that I don't know much about anatomy with most of these lines. Like, for example, this. The heck is that? No, it gives away the fact that I don't know too much about anatomy. So I have to obviously fix that, correct that. But in some of these areas here, for example, around the knee, around this area here where the light could be hitting, it would be a good idea to put some kind of rendering to it. Like I'll show you. Let's imagine that this is the solid black area. This is the costume. And let's imagine that this is the contour. So let's imagine that I'm working on this area here, this right here. Now this here, it represents this area. So one thing I could do is these lines here, and to give some kind of rendering effect to the costume, because having just white lines like that, it just completely destroys the illusion of any kind of depth or anything, or any kind of costume or material or fabric. So that is also a solution, and that also is part of the rendering. The rendering of the costume, the rendering of the hair, the rendering of the shadowing of the shadow and the shades, and the rendering of the effect of the cloud, of the teleportation cloud. So yeah, all of that needs a lot of work. And yes, so I'm sorry to deviate. I was just looking at that. I was like, I knew there was something else that I wanted to point out, and that was it. So yeah, so those are the problems: gesture drawing, line weight, rendering. And yeah, as I mentioned, I may redraw this. I may. Let me know what you think. Would you like for me to redraw this? Would you like for me to do a more updated version of this? This was done in 2019, and currently it's 2024. 5 years have passed. Should I redraw this? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe. If you haven't, share this video out. Tell everybody and your mama about me. I'm just kidding, man. Just tell your friends about me. And And yeah, please hit the like button because apparently the likes is what pops makes these videos pop out more in the YouTube algorithm. And so we like to get more people to check the videos out and get more eyes on this art stuff that we love. So please hit the like button and yeah, have a great day. Take care. Be safe. Goodbye.
Hello, everyone. The time is finally upon us. Ominous Avenging Death is now available. Avenging Death is a short 10-page story that serves as a preview of what kind of art you can expect and the world you'll see in the main story of Ominous. In Avenging Death, we'll see Zadok take on the monstrous Deathmonger in a 10-page fight scene that'll be sure to get you hooked into the world of Ominous. All of the artwork is done, including the line art, which was done by me, the colors, which were done by Emmanuel Orlas, and the lettering, which was done by Paul Bird. So grab your copy of the digital PDF file today for only $5. That's right, $5. Contact me in my DMs on Twitter for more information. Now, coming up next is the official trailer of Ominous Avenging Death. Enjoy.